talk more as we get into tonight's discussion. But I will say I've visited over 40 schools since the start of the school year. And I'm shocked in those school visits by the great work that I've seen going on, the great work that educators and students and parents are engaged in around the Common Core standards. And today was no exception. The Chancellor Emeritus described the great work that 8th graders were doing. We were in a 5th grade math problem solving class where students were deepening their understanding of problem solving and their conceptual understanding of math. We spoke with 3rd grade teachers who are working together to plan Common Core instruction. They talked about the successes they're seeing and the challenges. And no question, anytime you raise standards across 45 states, the District of Columbia, the Department of Defense schools, there are going to be challenges along the way. And in those conversations with teachers, what we heard is very much the appreciation of the time that the school district has given them to plan together, to work together, to look at the curriculum materials that the state has provided and adapt them to meet the needs of their students, and also the time to talk about individual students and the best supports that will help them achieve at a higher level. We also, as the Chancellor Emeritus mentioned, had an opportunity to talk to parents in the PTA, and we heard, again, opportunities and excitement about some of the experiences their students are having, and the challenges of math homework that may be unfamiliar, the challenges of assessments that are significantly more challenging, the challenge of trying to ensure that our students with disabilities and English language learners have the bridge and support that they need to go from where they are to the higher expectations of the Common Core, and I'm sure we'll hear those themes tonight. One thing I want to emphasize about tonight's conversation, we may not always agree on every issue as a community, but I hope that we'll have a constructive discourse, and I want you to know that we are listening. The Board of Regents, the department, we take these conversations very seriously, we listen to the feedback, and we will continue to make adjustments along the way. We are certainly unwavering in our commitment to the Common Core, to the notion that our students must be prepared to succeed in college and careers and as citizens when they graduate from high school. But we are making adjustments, whether it's on our assessment policies for students with disabilities and working with the U.S. Department of Education on a potential waiver that would allow students with significant disabilities who aren't taking the alternate assessment but struggle with grade level assessments to take assessments that are at their instructional level rather than their chronological age. Or working with the U.S. Department of Education to allow 8th grade students for an accelerated math to take only the algebra exam rather than having to take both the algebra exam and the 8th grade math test. So we'll continue to look for ways that we can make adjustments that make the work more doable, more manageable. But we have a tremendous sense of urgency about ensuring that our students are ready to succeed in the 21st century. So with that, I look forward to your comments and questions. And again, thank you for the time and thoughtfulness that we will see in tonight's conversation. Thanks.
Please welcome League of Women Voters moderator, Marcia Mariners.
Good evening, everybody. I'm glad to see such a full house. What we are going to aim for collectively this evening is a civil dialogue rather than a debate. As a dialogue, we are trying to construct understanding, a bridge between different points of view, rather than drawing a line in the sand. I am going to outline the format as established by the Jamestown Public Schools, Erie to Chautauqua Cattaraugus BOCES, and Cattaraugus Allegheny BOCES for this evening's forum with Dr. King, and a couple of my own rules. If you wanted to speak, you were given an index card with a number as you came in. 30 numbers were distributed tonight. In addition, prior to tonight's forum, Tim Ames, David O'Rourke, and Linda Quick invited 10 representative speakers from the region who also received a number. These speakers included the NYSET Regional Office in Jamestown, representatives from Jamestown Teachers and Principals Associations, a representative from Southern Tier Parent Teacher Association, Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce, educators from the region's schools, and a representative from JCC, our co-host here tonight. For all of our speakers, I will call numbers to the microphone in groups of 5. For example, I will say, all with numbers 1 through 5 and 6 through 10, please go to the mics, in any number order, at any mic. After 5 speakers, Commissioner King will comment. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak. League of Women Voters members Virginia McGraw, who's at microphone 2 to my right, and Melissa Malaber will be at microphone number 1. They will have timers and colored posters. After 1.5 minutes, you will get a 30-second warning. The yellow card is that 30-second warning. Red card means, yes, some of you might not know what that is. Some of you may choose not to adhere to that. Somebody already says they're not going to. If you give me grief, I will turn off your microphone. At 2 minutes, and you will get sneers, quiet sneers. At 2 minutes, I will say, thank you, time is up. Please don't disagree with the monitor. They're doing their job. If I have to repeat, the mic will be turned. You got it. If you can, be brief. Please don't take all of your time. We don't want to hear you ramble and ramble. We want to hear as many comments and questions as we can, and I will alternate microphones. The microphone monitor will collect your card to ensure that only signed-in speakers will have the opportunity. If you buried your card in the bottom of your briefcase or huge purse, you better dig it out because you won't get to the microphone otherwise. Speakers will be asked to state their name, affiliation, or school, parent, teacher, community member, etc. Timing will begin after the speaker introduces him or herself. If you were too late to get a number, or time runs out, or if you're just shy, written comments will be collected at the front of the auditorium at the end of the forum. I will give a warning for the next group of speakers, but you will know it will end with the number 40. I will try to get all the speakers to the microphone, and we can do this if we follow these suggested guidelines. But please don't be upset if it turns out you can't get to the microphone. Again, you can give written comments